Hello, Rob here, and welcome to R&B Reviews, and welcome to the latest installment in my first view segment. This is a segment where I try to watch classic movies that movie reviewers have written about and film buffs, talk about all the time, and yet somehow, for one reason or another, I haven't actually seen these movies, but I am trying to work my way through it. Today, I'm going to be looking at the director's cut of Woodstock that came out back in 1970. It was directed by Michael Wadleigh, and Martin Scorsese worked on this movie. I believe Martin Scorsese was one of the assistant editors, and we know what happened to him. So basically, this past August marked the 50th anniversary of the Woodstock concert, and finally I found time to watch the DVD. Originally, I wanted to see the original theatrical cut that came out in 1970, as well as the director's cut, so I could compare them. I like to do that with movies where there's more than one cut. I like to watch them back to back and see what's different, what's better, and what have you. However, it doesn't look like the theatrical cut was ever put on DVD, so I guess we'll be stuck with the director's cut, which features 40 minutes of additional footage that obviously wasn't included in the original cut. These additional performances included Canned Heat, Janis Joplin, and some extra Hendrix performances, and of course I'm wearing this shirt to coincide with the video. This documentary is not only a concert film or a time capsule of the era, it also tells a story. You, the viewer, go with the camera on this journey observing the stage being built, interviews with people in the town about their reaction to all these people coming to this festival, both positive and negative, starting with a tavern owner. There are interviews with people that attended, and there's challenges that occurred, including when more people than the promoters thought ended up showing up. There's acts that had to be flown in because cars were blocking the streets and the roads on the way to where the festival was being held. Of course, there was the weather, and of course, we get to see a lot of great performers in action. Now, the movie opens up with the town before this historical event takes place, and you see people going about their business before history is being made. I really like that the filmmakers chose the music to accompany this segment because I thought it complemented very well. They played Crosby, Stills, and Nash's Long Time, I believe it's called Long Time Gone. The split screen is effectively used throughout the movie to show different events happening at the same time or different points of view of the same occurrence. But sometimes it was hard for me to listen to somebody being interviewed on one screen because I was paying attention to another screen where something was going on. And the movie might require multiple views for that reason. There are different editing styles for each act that gets performed. Like, for example, someone like Joan Baez has easy shot transitions, while the more manic acts like The Who and Santana have a more fast-paced one. The camera work, I thought, for the most part was great, especially when they were capturing the performers, especially Richie Havens, as he opens the festival with the strumming of his guitar and foot stomping. But others like Jimi Hendrix' Star Spangled Banner, I wanted to see more of his actual guitar playing, actual shots of that. I must say, watching most of the performers, they really put passion into their performances. They have great energy, moving on stage or putting feeling into their voices. Although I enjoyed some performances more than others, there's some that I really wanted to see more of, like Santana, 10 Years After, and The Who. Now, the movie doesn't try to hide any technical gaps like other concert films that want to come across to the viewers like they were perfect shows. There were a few times, like for example, a performer like Richie Havens says during his set that one of his fellow guitarists, Mike, isn't on, or during Canned Heat's performance, there's a guy that runs on stage and he takes a cigarette out of the lead singer's front pocket and he ends up lighting it for him. While some people praised the event for bringing people together, there are some that felt that it was disorganized. Some of the interviews with concertgoers were thought-provoking, like there's one young man who's talking about the generation gap between him and his immigrant father. I really enjoyed the movie and I recommend it. I felt like it grabbed me from the beginning, and I liked how I got to see more than the performances. I got to see real people, different events that happened at Woodstock, and hear first-hand accounts about what people thought of the event as it was happening. Now, the director's cut runs at 224 minutes, which is almost over 3 hours. While I recommend the film, I would not watch this movie in one sitting. I would recommend breaking it up here and there because it can be exhausting and you miss the energy of the performers and you begin to feel like the movie becomes redundant if you try to sit it in one setting. There is a 2009 edition that has 18 more performances as bonus features, and there's a 2014 that has 16 more. I also read that a giant CD box set with the most complete sets of the performers from most of the artists came out as well. So that's my review of the Woodstock documentary. Now, if you have seen the movie, what did you think of it? And if you're interested, please check out some other movie reviews for the channel, both for this first view segment as well as stuff that you can catch in the movie theaters. And feel free to leave any comments. Please hit that like button, and if you're interested, consider being a subscriber. Thank you very much for watching.